I'm Steve,
I'm Tom.
and this is Demagogue News with things you need to know about, episode 19. The Sisolak Goodman Showdown, Nevada's perilous predicament, news from around the globe. Also, remember sports? What a full one we got today, Tom.
Yeah, it's we're a glass half full kind of guys.
Yeah,
so.
we're coming down swinging. You know, we ain't down and out now. Not now. But, yeah, Vegas has been in the news
Yeah, we're
recently.
getting some national attention for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, it's never the greatest thing when Vegas is in the national, gossip train. It's never positive. Vegas locals improve. No, it's never.
No.
Casinos donate all this. No, it's usually not good.
It's usually where celebrities come to get arrested and
Tupac dies, and
Yeah.
that's great. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, so what happened, Tom?
So there's a little power struggle here in Nevada between Mayor Carolyn Goodman of Las Vegas and the governor, Steve Sisolak. Sisolak is really not doing anything too out of the ordinary as far as governor approaches go. He said that, he's outlawed hydroxychloroquine, which I think is really weird and kind of a way to just piss off Trump.
Well, the things have come out. That's a big ticket item, but things have come out that quite possibly from some of these preliminary studies that got finished that it doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, really?
Which is a bummer. It'd be convenient that, we already had the drug that would save people,
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, I guess. That sucks.
So he was like, nah, we ain't playing that. We ain't using that.
So he's
okay.
said that, and he announced a couple days ago, Nevada is closed indefinitely. So as far as the guidelines go, we are in phase 0. So nothing has been uplifted, and we will continue to do so until we see an improvement. Nevada currently has 190 deaths and 4,500 cases.
Yeah, everyone's kind of was waiting for the day, April 30th. California's March 15th. We now just don't have a number.
No, it's just there.
Once it's ready, we're ready.
So
we're just watching that bun in the oven cook and hey, when it's ready, it's ready.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like watching paint dry on your wall.
Yeah, a watch pot never boils though, right? So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. And
from that,
things started to get stirred up. Initially, it was the head of Wynn Casinos who was saying maybe it'd be nice if we can open by May 1st. And I don't know if Carolyn Goodman was also listening because she had said she wanted things to reopen in 2 weeks initially, but she went on Anderson Cooper to prove her point, and holy Christ.
Worst way to prove a point ever.
I've watched some bad interviews in my day, but...
that was a rough one. That was somebody who, didn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's somebody who came into the argument.
They didn't even rehearse. She didn't rehearse it.
No.
She went back and forth on the same points. Oh, you're saying this. Don't put words in my mouth. No. You literally just said this exact sentence I'm telling you. It's oof, that's
Yeah, the worst preparation.
Someone's not getting reelected.
Yeah, Steve had mentioned that her PR person should be fired, and I 100% agree.
Yeah, they didn't prep at all for national news coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
So what essentially she tried to say was that she wants Nevada reopened as soon as possible, and the reason given that a lot of people are struggling financially, which is true. Nevada is one of the hardest hit states from COVID-19.
It's, economically. Yeah,
Yes.
one of the hardest hit. But also, so is everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're special, Mayor. Everyone's in the shit.
Yeah. So
it ain't unique to us, Las Vegans.
Yeah, she's acting like New York City isn't a thing.
Yeah, it's terrible here in Vegas. We gotta open immediately.
Yeah, she's saying tomorrow at the time of the interview. And
also, I have no idea how this should be implemented.
Yeah,
but
that's the best part of it.
The best part. We gotta open soon as possible. All these problems, we gotta fix them. We gotta work. So how you can do that? It's not my responsibility. The free market will figure that one out. That is a quote.
And me being a libertarian and free market guy.
No,
she really botched it. And also, if the market is going to decide, nobody's coming to Vegas right now.
Yeah, here's the real stick about it. For Vegas to be alive, we need other people. There's not enough people in Vegas to run Vegas.
Yeah.
We need other people from all around the world to come and spend their money. That's that's what the street's all about.
But a lot of people aren't working, so they don't have money to just piss away in Vegas.
Yeah, so you think people, someone's gonna save up and ball out in Vegas next month? I don't think so. They're unemployed.
I mean, maybe she's banking on Californians, but that's also asking for infections to skyrocket.
Yeah, so California, which is doing very good.
Yeah,
being
40
such a large state.
they
with
have
so much
about
people.
the same amount of infections as we do, and they are several
No,
times
they have
larger
10
than
times.
us.
No, they have 40,000.
They have 40,000. Okay, so
Yeah.
they have 10 times more, and they're over 10 times our
Right.
population.
So it's pretty decent on the ratio of
Yeah.
things. I don't want people from California coming around here.
Mm-mm.
So
Me neither.
yeah, no, we can't open up. We can open up other things, but the casinos aren't going to, be all gung ho and, with their best foot forward. It's not going to happen
Yeah,
for a
throw
hot
their
minute.
doors open.
No.
And the way she was trying to defend her case was actually horrible. And Anderson Cooper didn't do anything sly. He just kept repeating back things that she was saying to her. And she was like, no, I didn't say that. No, 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 no.
Yeah, when you resort to ad hominem as a response to a given statement, that means you lose.
Yeah.
You lose. When you I know all about you, Anderson Cooper. You're this, this kind of guy who
I've
does.
watched you for years.
Yeah, now you lost. You lose. Now, you're talking about him personally, you lose the argument. It's all over. You suck.
Yeah. And she was trying to use examples like, well, here in the state of Nevada, like they were testing like nuclear weapons out here and they were telling us not to worry. And it's like, so you're proving the other side. You're saying that like, oh, well, we can use.
She said, I
did.
wasn't listening. She said that?
Yeah, she said
Holy
that.
Shit.
Trying to, I don't know what, like use a state like reference, but at the same time, she's basically saying that, oh yeah, let's use Las Vegas as a like little like test. Like we're the guinea pigs to see what happens when you just open up a city during the infection.
Shit idea. Do that in California. Don't do it here. And I don't want to do that. All right, Florida can do it.
No.
How about that? Not Vegas. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, and Anderson was bringing that up, and she's like, "No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that I want to use Vegas as an experiment, even though we would be, because we'd be the first city in the United States to just."
Let Texas do it. They're hardier people, anyways. They live on farms. They are better situated to be, the tip of the spear.
Yeah,
Ain't Vegas.
and it also gets back to like this was another question that Steve had before we started recording was like, what does Carolyn Goodman even do? Like, if you're the mayor of Las Vegas,
That was a big ticket thing. That she brought up herself on the interview is that, I don't do this, I don't do that. It's not in my purview. It's not in my power. I don't have any plan. What the fuck do you do? If you're gonna comment on this big, large issue, this is now abortion level. This is this is the big ticket issue right now, and you don't have an answer, but you want someone else to have an answer, and whatever that answer is, we're gonna do it. Come on. So like, what? You're just PR for the state? Is that what you're doing?
pretty much like she's just like a cheerleader for the like Reopen America cause without actually having a stake in the game.
Yeah,
So-
it's literally not your responsibility, and what you've been elected to do is not that. So
Yeah.
I don't say it often, but like, stay in your lane, lady. Ain't your job. We got an orange man doing that for us. All right, that's his job. We got Sisolak. That's his job. That's why we
Yeah.
elected him.
Yeah, exactly. He was elected for this purpose, and
Right,
you
democratically.
were not.
Even though he's not my favorite politician, the people of Nevada spoke.
Yeah, they spoke and they elected
picked that
him.
guy. Like that's his job. Come on.
So, I initially had said my initial reaction was that, oh, it's a great stance to have because now you look like you're the good guy and you're trying to reopen everything and
Right, fight for America. Yeah, for the people, by the people. Huh.
I was insanely wrong. She is going to die on this sword.
She has died on the sword, and she's trying to see how she's going to become a martyr. This person everyone forgot. They already left. She's just dying in a corner.
Yeah,
Slowly dying.
and if she does run for governor, I mean, hell, she might not even retain her mayor seat.
Yeah, I mean, impeachment is a thing. In all elected offices, you can be impeached. Now, she didn't say anything wrong. It was just morally wrong.
I don't think she'll be impeached, but I certainly don't see her getting reelected.
Yeah, no. I would be surprised if she declines re-election, but I wouldn't also be that surprised if she does. Like, you're not gonna run again? Okay, but yeah, okay,
Good-
gotcha.
Good choice.
Good choice. Why don't you just right off in the sunset and enjoy, your husband, the mob, cool. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, die as Vegas royalty. Don't turn into a pariah, Miss Goodman.
Right, exactly. Don't ruin the Goodman name.
Yeah, it's been a popular name in Nevada for over 20 years now.
Yeah. So, that's a big shocker.
Yeah.
It's when Vegas pops up into the vernacular, it's always an interesting one. That's for sure.
So, just to go over Sisolak's approach real quick, it's exactly he copy and pasted the federal plan.
I imagine most governors are going to follow that line.
Yeah, unless
it might deviate a little bit, but it's going to be all in the same vein.
Georgia, South Carolina, and Texas are obviously all outliers, but as far as the rest of the country goes, Sisolak is just basically looking over and checking which ones he agrees with. Which the funniest one that I found when I was looking at his plan was next to the federal ones, he'll say approve, approve, approve. But for the bars remained closed under phase 1 for the federal one, he also put that hey guys, bars are still going to be closed. And, Vegas is a big bar town.
But as a bartender, yes, it is, Tom. It's a big bar town. It's my bar town. And I'm also not surprised. It does shock me that, specifically bars, and I bet it's not just bars. Specifically, it's gaming bars.
Yeah,
I'm sure restaurants that have liquor licenses are going to be tossing out booze like it's going out of style. But
Chili's is doing delivered alcohol to curbside.
True. But I imagine all the village pubs and PTs and the bars and lodges, they're not going to have a good time with that. And also, maybe they shouldn't be. I don't know. That's a tough one.
But it's kind of the right call. You shouldn't be touching these machines anyway.
Right. Not the time, guys. Mm-hmm. Let's, it makes sense. It makes sense, I guess.
However, Nevadans taking it home. Out of the top 10 states who are drinking at home during the quarantine, Nevada is number 6. You want to take a guess at what number 1 is?
New Hampshire.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Tejas?
Yeah. Apparently Texans pretty
pretty bored. Pretty freaking bored. No, I thought I read somewhere that per capita New Jersey has the most alcoholics. Or
really?
I mean, New Hampshire. New Hampshire has the most alcoholics.
Really? Because the study that I read was Wisconsin.
Maybe it was most liters per capita. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe
but it was New Hampshire, booze. It's gotcha. Reach loud and clear.
I go to my lake house and
crack open, was it Shiner Bock?
Yeah, those old people beers.
Rainier. Ugh.
Yucky.
Yeah.
But
regional alcohols.
So, Sisolak overall doing the right thing. Carolyn Goodman, definitely one of the huge losers of this.
Winner, Sisolak.
Definitely.
Because he's now been doing the rounds in other main media, and he's presented himself very well.
He has.
He's actually, he's spoken very well, said all the right answers, doing the right thing, showing some emotion,
I really don't like the fake crying. When he cries during some of this, I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, be strong, bro. Come on.
Yeah, nobody,
I need you to be a badass, okay? I don't need you to be, just calm down. Leave that for Mayor Goodman. All right?
I keep going back to the, plane analogy, but, can you imagine your pilot getting on, it's just really turbulent, and I just hope that we can all make it through this.
No, I want Rambo.
Yeah, I want the guy who's everything's great. It's good.
We're fucking amazing. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Because if you die, you die. But I want to be confident, oh, great. We're trying everything we can. We got some, Spitfire hothead that's going to make it happen. That's okay. I want that dude. He's going to get shit done. I don't want somebody who has to pause and needs to grab some tissues.
Yeah,
I don't want that.
Yeah, none of that. Jeez. So that's our little claim to fame here in Nevada.
Yeah.
But, there's a whole wide world out there. So going off of that, you wanted to go around the world, right?
Oh no, I was going to talk about what we want our four stage plan to be.
Yeah.
Because we're hearing from all these government officials and their plans, but that's what they believe. But from there's small viewpoints of me and Tom, what we want to see out of this. Because the one thing that they don't talk about is the reality that no one's going to come to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's not. It was really bad when Obama said in 2009, don't go to Las Vegas, don't waste your money there, and because economic blah 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 blah. Well, I mean, people that live in other states and other countries, I doubt partying in Vegas is going to be a priority.
No, not when you're hurting.
Yeah.
Like,
Not when your wallet hurts. The idea that you're gonna have to go vacay in Vegas, it's not up there. So, that's the one scary thing is I don't see Vegas coming back with the, you know, with the motion real hard for a minute.
we will be one of the last to recover. So what I would want to see if we as far as approach, and this is kind of like the bougie thing to do, but I would allow casinos to open, but it's like you're giving your domestic high rollers like a little private, like,
Oh, they get a pass.
yeah, they get a pass. Like they get to come in. You get to hire back some of your staff at least, and obviously they're not going to be touching the cards. They're not going to be touching the machines, but like at least you get some of their money because like they're bored as shit right now.
And they got millions of dollars. Like they ain't, bitching and moaning like the regular layperson is.
Yeah. So I would go with that, and then if Nevada got the funding, because I know that House Democrats really pushed for state funding in the second round of SBA loans. If the state of Nevada could offer out grants to diversify our like economy, like our private sector, because hospitality makes up a gigantic part of it.
75%.
Yeah.
Something hilarious.
Yeah, if we could do that, and then this will be a little bit harder, especially because of the spread, but if we could attract people from other states to come here, like, hey, we don't have a state income tax, like, yada, yada, yada.
Just grow in general.
Yeah, bring your business here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing. The opposite of California. People are fleeing California like crazy right now. So maybe if we market Nevada more so in this time that everyone and now has a break.
Yeah.
So you can really, if you want to restructure your business, now would be the time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do your normal job because it's all at a standstill. I like that. Yeah, no, I think it'd be cool. It would be smart if they were able to open up just, one little sliver MGM and their top, 100 people that every single host has. They do like a balls out thing.
Yeah.
And they can have the casinos to themselves.
Makes
That'd
you
be
feel
cool.
Special.
Yeah. And it has like a big upfront cost. Like it costs $100,000 to walk in the door.
Yeah.
So it really limits the amount of people. And I guess it might sound greedy, but like it's just sitting there.
Yeah. And you get like all access. Like it's you and a handful of other high rollers, and you'll all probably get tested before you enter, regardless.
Yeah. In the application, you submit your testing form. Has to be within 5 days.
Yeah.
Statistical, however the number is, and then. Yeah, because we as people, we don't need, we're not going to the Strip anytime soon.
Mm-mm.
But if you can get that kind of finance and money in, and just be able to do something,
Yeah.
right? Just make sure make sure the faucets still work, and the lights all turn on correctly. So do these little dry runs. That'd be smart. I like that. I don't know what I'd like to see. I guess something that you said before. I would like to see them open up one casino.
Yeah, like a little test.
Because what I don't want to see is that we all open up. It's June 1st, and it's the AOK is there. Boom. Let's start, running. Start moving. And everybody opens up, and every casino has 100 guests.
Yeah, that's not good.
And then every next week is 120 guests. And then the next week is 80. And then it's just this really, because it was so diluted now.
Mm-hmm.
And the rooms cost $12 at the Cosmo. Something real cheap to go to. It would be more smarter if every single company was able to open up one of their properties. So Caesars can open Caesars, win. Yeah. The MGM gets one.
Yeah, and each of you take care of your respective high rollers,
Right?
Who are domestic, by the way. We're not flying anybody in here. And the name that we've been tossing around together is Sheldon Adelson. He is the owner of the Palazzo and the Venetian.
Yeah, privately owned.
Yeah, wealthiest man in like Nevada, and he doesn't really have to answer to anybody like, let's say, like Bill Hornbuckle of MGM. He still has his board of trustees that he has to answer to. Like Sheldon Adelson can act unilaterally.
Yeah, all he's got to worry about is the Nevada Gaming Board, and that's it. And he's been in town forever. I'm sure he has a wonderful relationship with everyone there.
Hell yeah.
So he could be the first to really break through on that, being that he has no one to answer to other than the government, just the government.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we'll definitely see how this plays out. Vegas is a very unique position, is that we're so tied to one street.
Yeah.
Is the whole town, So we'll see how that goes. Because even like Florida has already reopened beaches to some capacity.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah. really small social distancing, But I mean, Florida water, blue and beautiful, right? That's
Not
their.
the tap water. I'll tell you that from experience.
Well, you're not drinking this
The
stuff,
tap
Tom.
was awful.
Jesus, Tom.
Yeah, I did. Big mistake. But yeah, that's certainly more preferable. And obviously, Florida is different than California. But Steve and I were considering going to California, and their beaches on lockdown.
All of them.
Like, I think a dude got arrested for paddle boarding alone. Like,
And in reality, if I am enjoying myself at the beach, and I'm there, and Tom is 6 feet away from me, he's over there. I got my sandcastle. He got his sandcastle. Leave me the fuck alone. What's wrong with the ocean? In fact, it would disinfect the salt. I can't imagine viruses are going to be in the salt environment.
no.
It'd be fine. It'd be chill. And then, how about just sections of beach? You can rent it for 2 hours. It'll cost you. You just divvy out.
Oh, see,
beach
that would
areas.
be a scam. That's a good idea.
Hey, capitalism, baby.
Yeah, hey, Gavin Newsom, if you're
Let's
listening.
go. Come on. You get this 100 feet. $400. That's your private. Get the police to do something. They're bored. No one's doing anything right now. Everyone's locked up. So, yeah, I don't know. That'd be cool. I'm gonna buy this part of Malibu. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, feel like a baller. Like, that's what my Trump check went to. I rented out beachfront
Yeah,
property.
I was on Ponto Beach for 2 days. It cost me $1,200. That's right. That's funny.
Jeez. Speaking of our fair city of Las Vegas, if things were normal right now, the NFL draft would be on the Bellagio fountains right now.
You said on the fountains, they were going to put the
Yeah, they were gonna put the stage and stuff
Right,
on the fountains. That's baller. That was gonna be so cool. I was looking so forward to it, and then this happened. So
the draft is still happening. It's just it's all
yeah,
virtual.
it's happening. From I think Roger Goodell is announcing it from his basement.
His
And-
basement.
Yes, I'm not. That's not a
Holy
lie. So it's
crap.
actually going on right now. So I can't talk about a lot of the draft picks. but-
Everybody's Joe Rogan now. They just have their own little basements. That they
yeah, legit.
do.
Is that actually his house where he records?
No, he's got a studio.
Okay. Anyway, though, so my home state of Ohio really showed out pretty well in the first 3 picks of the NFL draft. We have Joe Burrow, a Youngstown boy who was the quarterback for LSU, got picked up first by the Cincinnati Bengals, so he's going back to the Buckeye State. Ohio State running back Chase Young, number 2, drafted by the Washington Redskins. Then the Detroit Lions, which Detroit, if you've watched any of our previous episodes recently, not doing so hot.
No.
Offensive tackle Jeff Bakuda, also from Ohio State. So
Remember in the pre-corona times when you could watch football and just enjoy yourself?
yes,
Yes.
I do miss that.
I
lot.
could tell, Tom, you got real excited for that 48
Uh,
seconds you were talking.
Yeah, we Steve and I, if you watched our brunch bang, one of the cards that we pulled out for the outcome was the 2 of Wands, which we said looked like a goalpost. It was actually a rugby goalpost,
Because rugby is still going on.
and it's pretty cool actually.
Yeah, no, it's better than Belarusian soccer
Yeah, that was boring as hell.
or Taiwanese soccer.
yeah, Taiwanese baseball.
Yeah.
Just kind of boring. But yeah, rugby, pretty cool.
Pretty
sport to
decent,
watch.
yeah. The rugby world finals is usually held in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
damn it. I'm definitely gonna go see it when it comes back.
Yeah, hopefully in a couple of years.
Yeah, at some point.
Uh,
Also very depressing. The Olympics. We mentioned this
Yeah.
earlier, but they're delayed a year.
2021, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully everything's
They
straightened
better
out.
have a bitchin', because this country's bid, decades before.
Yeah.
They won this bid in 2008. They have it in 2020, right?
Mhm.
And so then they start building, because you gotta have all these dope things for all the track and field and the pool water and the all whatever stadiums. You gotta have all the cool shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, they get an extra year now. Now they're also in an economic slump,
Mhm.
but also they got more time. They're not gonna rush it. They better have a dope, just dope freaking Olympics.
Oh, I'm excited. I am kind of depressed though, because I don't know if you're familiar with animated movies, but the Japanese anime movie Akira from the 80s has Tokyo hosts the 2020 Olympics, and then that was actually happening this time. It's like,
Oh,
and then it got delayed. It was almost like,
But this will now be a massive footnote in history. 2021. This one time was 2021 because blank happened.
yeah,
And it was a shit show. So actually, it'd be cool to have any memorabilia because it's going to be an odd number.
yeah,
It's going
that's
to be
true.
an odd number on that. 2021.
I still wish they were on.
Like in 2 months,
this
yeah.
summer, yeah.
Everyone else, Tom.
Also, Euro Cup, not happening. Very depressed about that.
I know.
And also, things to be depressed about. I'm a New England Patriots fan, and Tom Brady went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's
hurt.
old news, Jack.
It is, but Rob Gronkowski also is going to Tampa Bay.
I thought he retired.
He did. He retired. Then he signed on to play with the Patriots this season. Then the Patriots traded him to Tampa Bay.
So he's got Gronk with.
Brady has Gronk with him in Tampa Bay. I'm pissed.
Man, open up sports betting. We're gonna put like $40 on them winning the Super Bowl, just on the meme magic of it. That'd be amazing. The Patriots duo killing it. So is it Brady or is it Belichick?
Oh man, I'm salty.
I know. Speaking of salt, let's assault your ears with the sponsors for this podcast.
Oh hell yeah.
Tom, who's our first sponsor?
So this episode is brought to you by the Chinese Communist Party. Thanks to our collective efforts, you spoiled Americans enjoy cheap products and Wish.com deliveries. While you waste your time on elections, Mother China has faith that the chairman knows all. Check out some of our greatest products like TikTok, Reddit, and Huawei. And remember, we didn't start the virus. Also, check out Christopher Robin starring Xi Jinping.
This podcast is also sponsored by Joe Biden for president. We need a leader that not only won't forget his promises, but also won't forget his train of thought. A president not mired by allegations of sexual assault, but a real Delawarean. A true muskrat native. People of integrity and corn pops. Joe Biden is idyllic of the true American vision. You got that, Jack? So remember, folks, don your hazmat suits this November and vote Joe 2020. It says unpaid for by Joe Biden for president. So, what else we got, Tom? So other goods. Ramadan starts.
Oh, yeah.
It's starting tonight. When the sun goes down, Ramadan. All the Muslims rejoice.
Yeah. Any Quran faithful, I'm sorry that you are quarantined and can't eat. I feel like eating's America's new pastime.
Yeah, eating, drinking. Well, they don't drink anyways. But, hopefully your sleep schedules aren't screwed up by the fact that you don't have a job right now. And then you can only... Or maybe that's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Now you just sleep all day and party all night. There you go. What a convenient time for Ramadan to come.
Exactly.
Smoke all your cigarettes right after the sun goes down. We woke up 20 minutes earlier. Who cares? That's perfect. I wonder if you take a shower, you gotta try not to get water in your mouth.
Probably.
Or can you not? Or you have to shower before the sun comes up.
I'm not Muslim, so
I don't really know.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
That.
Is there such a thing as like a Jack Muslim? Like, oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, they're called apostates and they're killed, Tom. It don't work like that,
Depends
Jack.
on the country. Like, one of my fraternity brothers was Muslim, and like literally the only thing he obeyed was like not eating pork.
Yeah.
Like any of the other stuff, he just threw it out the window.
Smoking and drinking and drugs and whatever. But God forbid he eats bacon.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's like very compliant Jews.
Oh yeah.
Like I won't eat bacon, but I've done a whole lot of blow. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm sure the Talmud has it in there that you can do that.
I mean, that's why they're called Jewish.
He's Jewish.
Yeah,
Jewish.
kind of a Jew.
And no one's Muslimish.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Yeah, they're Muslim, you're dead. So, yeah. Yeah, and big things. Boris Johnson not only is out of the hospital, recovered from his good old coronavirus times, but apparently has made it into law that there shall not be any more underage transgender operations in the United Kingdom. Which, it's crazy that has to be a massive accomplishment to have, is to make it so that a 9-year-old now with, it has no option to change his gender because it's a 9-year-old. And he or she, doesn't matter, has no idea what they're doing as a child.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's going to get tons of blowback. He's this transphobic piece of shit that Bojo is for taking away the rights of children to mutilate themselves. But, yeah.
And I know that we did say that people were going to take advantage of this crisis and do things that they couldn't do normally, but in this case,
it's Mark one for the good guys. Come on.
Is it really that like controversial to not allow a child? Like, you don't let children get tattoos, at least in the first world. Like, you don't let children make decisions for themselves because their brains are still developing.
Even after you can smoke, fight for country, and drink, your brains are still developing. And so they
Yeah.
say about 25.
Yeah, it's 25.
So you think an 11-year-old is gonna be the one that has the most, rational and logical decisions to make up on their own body that's permanent for the rest of their life? Because even a tattoo is just a drawing that won't go away.
yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not actually doing anything bad to you, other than maybe making you look weird if you have weird face tattoos. That's it.
But I think one of the most public debate about this topic was between Joe Rogan and Adam Conover.
Oh, that was a terrible podcast.
And the way that, because Steve was the one who told me about it last year, and the way he described it was like it's a cage match, and Joe Rogan is John Jones, and Adam Conover is Adam Conover.
Yeah.
And there's really no evidence that performing these surgeries on children makes them less likely to commit suicide.
And in fact, it might increase it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine now that this is passed in the UK that's going to spur on a massive debate. And now that people don't have anything better to do, so it's not like they're going to their jobs. They don't got any right now. That's going to be a big kind of flip-flop. We'll see how that goes in the UK. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy that there has to be, because some places, literally, they can take your kids away. CPS will be called, whatever their CPS in that country, because you refuse to allow your child to be transgender. Oh, so we're going to take your parents. That's going to help. Not having your biological parents. That's really going to help your mental faculties and your mental health coming in the future, is not have parents. Awesome.
It's looking at the problem and not looking at the source either. Like, I read a specific case that was this little boy. He was dressing and acting like a girl because he had a baby sister and his parents weren't giving him the attention that he once had.
So he emulated okay.
Yeah, he associated attention with being a woman, like a girl.
Being a little girl, right.
Yeah. And it really had nothing to do with his biology, but this kid was like pushing to get the surgery. It's like, Jesus Christ, like he's a 9-year-old. He doesn't realize
You're literally retarded.
The ramifications of your actions. And I think even Joe said a lot of these people who kind of have this body dysmorphia, for lack of a better term,
yeah,
they end up growing up to be like homosexual, and homosexuals are like they usually don't have an issue with their body or like how they are.
Very body positive.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. Yeah. And honestly, like equating those two things in general, like one is like who you're with and the other is like what gender you identify as. Like, I don't know why they're kind of sandwiched together.
But also, cutting yourself up to fit into that. Yeah, great idea.
Yeah. So go Bojo. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Anything else, Tom?
I think I am good.
Yeah. That's what you need to know for this week. I know. This news times is definitely funky. Very unique times we live in. Very unique times.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So go on Facebook, Demagogue News, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah, check us out on Spotify, Spreaker, what have you. And tune in to either of our Facebook accounts on Sunday morning for the Brunch Bang.
Brunch Bang. Keep your head in a swivel.